Welcome to Bike Comparos. Is the KTM Duke 250 worth the extra 60,000 rupees over the Yamaha FZ25? Is it worth saving up a little more and going for the Duke 250 rather than settling for the FZ25? Let's find out in our Yamaha FZ25 versus Duke 250 comparison. Pricing and features. The KTM Duke 250 retails for 1.92 lakh rupees on road Delhi, which is 58,000 rupees more expensive than the FZ25 costing 1.34 lakh rupees. Both bikes are equipped with rear disc brakes, but neither of them offers ABS even as an option. However, the Duke 250 does get a slipper clutch which is absent on the FZ. Performance and tractability. Even though both bikes are 250cc single-cylinder machines, they are totally different animals on the road. Both these bikes have evolved on two separate continents in countries that are roughly on the exact opposite side of each other on the face of this earth. They personify the unique philosophies of their manufacturers. The Duke always feels high-strung, always feels like a puppy straining on its leash, ready to spring ahead at a slight twist of the throttle. It feels like having fun is its number one priority. Compared to the 200, KTM has tried to knock some sense into the 250 by making the layout less over-square and paying attention to the mid-range, making it more usable, slightly quieter, but we really wish they hadn't. It would have been more fun if they had made it even more over-square, angrier, louder, and totally bonkers. The Yami is more subdued, more tractable, immaculately smooth, and more tenacious. It is a more well-rounded package which delivers reasonable performance without compromising on either durability or refinement. It is far less demanding from the rider in terms of his throttle control skills and the ability to work the gearbox, but it sorely lacks the ability to plant a stupid ear-to-ear grin on the rider's face. Reliability and after-sale service. Yamaha easily has an advantage over KTM when it comes to the inherent reliability of their bikes. Firstly, Yamaha has been making motorcycles for several decades longer than KTM and have built a bulletproof reputation for reliability all over the world, including India. Secondly, bikes like the FZ25 aren't really pushing the envelope of engineering, employ simpler technology, and are generally built with a higher factor of safety compared to the KTM's. KTM's bikes have always tried to extract the last drop of performance from their machines, resulting in some well-known teething troubles, and have proven to be much more demanding in terms of maintenance than equivalent Yamahas. Fuel efficiency. Thanks to the FZ's relaxed state of tune, stronger low end, and restrictive fuel efficiency friendly 2 volt per cylinder layout, expected to be roughly 4 to 5 kmpl more efficient than the Duke 250 on road. Resale and cost of ownership. 5-year-old Duke 200s retail for around 85,000 rupees in the used bike market today. The Duke 250 is expected to hold marginally better resale value than that 5 to 7 years down the line. FZ25's resale value, on the other hand, is bound to be more in line with the R15s than FZ16s, which is around 65,000 rupees. Overall, the FZ25 works out to be 50,000 rupees or 20% cheaper than the Duke 250 in terms of total cost of ownership. Handling and ride quality. No wonder Yamaha is known as a wizard when it comes to dynamics. In spite of the Duke being more stiffly sprung, the FZ almost matches it in terms of handling with a natural flickability, excellent grip, and brilliant feedback from the surface below. What makes it even more impressive is that it does so without any of the fancy cycle parts like the Duke. It uses a conventional diamond frame unlike the Duke's complicated trellis construction, a box section steel swing arm instead of Duke's intricate die-cast aluminium affair, and conventional front forks as opposed to the much touted upside-down units on the Duke. Even its tires are 10 mm narrower than the Duke. But that's not all. The Duke's hard-edged ride is simply no match to the unexpectedly pliant and comfortable ride quality of the FZ. Comfort and ergonomics. KTM has worked upon some valuable feedback on the 200's ergonomics and made a host of improvements on the Duke 250. The seats have been heavily reworked with a wider and well-cushioned seat squab, which is a big improvement over the 200's notoriously small and stone-hard unit. Overall though, the FZ25 feels a tad bit more ergonomic than the Duke. Both bikes have a slightly forward-leaning riding position typical of the Street Fighter segment, which gives them a commanding riding position ideal for slicing through traffic around city streets, but it can get a bit tiring on longer rides. As for the pillion seat, Duke 250's seat is definitely an improvement over the 200's, but it is still not as generous as the FZ25's. Which brings us to the verdict. Frankly, you just can't go wrong with either of these bikes. They are the best alternatives available in the market for their respective price points. Choosing between the two of them essentially boils down to what you, as a rider, expect from your motorcycle. If you expect years of trouble free, stress free riding, be it for daily commuting or interstate touring, with enough performance to do triple digit speeds on the highways without compromising much on fuel economy, the FC25 will do it all. But if you want a toy which will keep you entertained from the moment you thumb the starter to the moment you press the kill switch, you better save up that extra bit of dough for the Duke. To us, the effervescent nature of the Duke bristling with feel, the telepathic throttle response, the eagerness with which it invites the rider along on every ride tilts the judgment firmly in its favor, making it the indubitable winner of this comparison.